대통령 시해에 가담한 사실이 있죠.
Hey guys, Society Reviews here, my review of the film Land of Happiness. If there's one event in history that seems to drive a massive amount of cinematic interest and conversation over the last couple of years, it's the 1979 assassination of South Korean President Park Chung-hee. On top of that, the fictional version of President Chung, who became the president shortly afterwards, has become more noticeable in South Korean cinema than Spider-Man with his numerous portrayal in films over the last 7 years. We have seen several movies in just the last couple of years alone that has tackled the assassination of the former South Korean president from multiple angles. In 2020, the film The Man Standing Next told us the story of the Korean Central Intelligence Agency going to war with the sitting president in an event that was rumored to have led to Park's assassination later that night. A couple of years later, in 2020, we got the film entitled The Hunt, which gave us an insight of the conflict immediately after the assassination of Park, which saw a national struggle between two regimes trying to pull the country of South Korea in two very different directions, a communist one and a capitalist one. Last year, the film 12/12 The Day brought audiences to the very night of Park's assassination and the absolute chaos under martial law as the government struggled for who was going to control the country of South Korea in the immediate aftermath of his killing. This time we're being dropped off just days after Park's death in a film called Land of Happiness. The film stars Jung In-woo, who is known for being a master of legal battles. While In-woo is great at conquering small-time cases, he takes on the most challenging political trial in South Korean history by defending the chief secretary of the intelligence agency implicated in the assassination of President Park. As the country of South Korea wants answers and accountability for the death of their sitting president, the chief secretary claimed he was only following a direct order that was given to him by his superior. As a soldier, he was not allowed to deny. However, many within the broken government system want to make an example out of him to progress the country towards healing in the new regime. Despite the overwhelming odds, In-woo tries to curb the sentence, but the fate of the soldier looks to be predetermined due to his military status. That won't stop him from fighting to relentlessly assure a fair trial. However, his frustrations boil over as he faces an increasingly unjust legal process and the hidden politics preventing his client's innocence. It's hard to narrow down the truth versus the fiction of this historical event from so many perspectives of writers and directors who have their own beliefs of what happened that night and who was responsible. In other words, if you watch 4 different movies on this topic, you're going to get 4 entirely different vantage points, but the truth is somewhere sprinkled in the middle. As the South Korean president was assassinated in a military coup in an act to steer the nation in a direction that they wanted, an innocent man's life hangs in the balance. Land of Happiness attempts to tell its story by using the avatar of a man stuck in the middle of a power play. What ultimately hurts this film is the fact that the audiences are taken on a 2-hour ride of a man fighting for his innocence and gives you very few twists along the way. Sun Kun does a great job in this film in one of his final performances following a suicide following a sex and drug-related scandal getting exposed to the public. The acting is stellar as the film turns up the courtroom drama to an 11, but the film has a tough time balancing the story inside and outside the courtroom, leading to a pitfall of pacing issues. With that said, if you're a history buff and you're looking to piece together the unintentional multiverse that's been created in South Korea about the assassination of Park, Land of Happiness creates yet another solid piece in the cinematic puzzle that would have been done better had 2020 Today not come out just a few years earlier. I give this film a 3 out of 5.
그날 밤 몇 번이고 물어보고 싶었어. 꼭 이래야만 하냐고.